Welcome to Arvin and Megan Create. Today we've actually got a list here of 50 items. We're only going to do 10 today, but they are 50 things our family doesn't buy/own as eco-minimalists, which is kind of a handful. I don't know if I'm going to make that the title, but that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to go over, 10 of these items, and we'll make some subsequent videos for the other ones. But today, the items are mostly kitchen ones for the first 10. So we'll start with the first one, which, do you want to start out?
Sure. The first one says toaster. We don't have a toaster anymore. Or we used to have a toaster and we've given it up. So I don't know where this video is going, but...
Well, toaster / I put one-use items that don't make sense for us. So I put that now we're not saying you can't have a pasta maker or a garlic press, but you can have those things still. It's just things that don't serve multiple purposes don't really make sense in our life for the most part. We do have a pasta maker and we do have a garlic press because it just makes those things easier because we enjoy cooking. But if it doesn't serve multiple purposes for the most part, we just don't have it. Like, we don't have, an avocado slicer or an apple corer because you can just use a knife for those things.
Yeah. And this is more like moving forward. We're going to avoid acquiring items that only have one purpose, I think is what you're getting at.
Yeah,
some of these things we had from the past. Yeah. It doesn't make sense to just get rid of it if we have the space for it. Although some minimalists might say, just get rid of it.
Yeah, but I think the thing is that's why I added Eco-Minimalism in there. Actually, I think it's Shelby's channel. I'll link her channel down below. She's the one who coined the Eco-Minimalism thing, and she explains it really well where, we are trying to get rid of or reduce things, but we're trying to do it in an environmentally friendly way. So we don't want to just get rid of all of our old stuff and throw it in the trash. If we still need it, we can still use them until their time is done. And we kind of do that with clothing for the most part, but these things we probably just wouldn't purchase again. That kind of wraps up the first one. So we'll move on to number 2 now. We've got plastic food containers.
So you mean like Tupperware?
Yeah, Tupperware.
I guess that's what a lot of people call it. So
yeah,
plastic food containers.
Well, Tupperware is a brand,
yeah.
So
like tissues are Kleenex and toothpaste is Colgate. I know what you mean.
We do have some plastic food containers still, but we've started to replace a lot of them over the last 5 or 6 years with glass containers. And then I think I also put that we've replaced them with silicone food bags as well, because it's just better for heating and storing your food. They can go in, the silicone bags are great. We just got into using the Stasher brand bags, and they're great for putting stuff in the freezer, which I really like. So we can put, veggies and fruit from our garden straight into the freezer. Because glass isn't always good to put stuff in the freezer. I guess you could put some of them in, but...
Yeah, I don't know. Feels iffy freezing things in glass, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah. At least liquids in glass.
And even the plastic containers aren't that... You don't feel like they have enough of a seal. No. But the Stasher bags... They kind of do.
They do. They work really well. That is our number 2 item. We will move on to number 3 now. It's tin foil and parchment paper. And pretty much we just don't buy that stuff anymore. And we've bought these silicone baking mats. And
silicone baking
worked
mats.
For us. Yeah. We don't feel like we need tinfoil or parchment paper. The silicone mats have been working perfectly fine. I guess I could also put in there that we have silicone muffin ones too, because some people have, the parchment paper type muffin cup things, and we also replaced that with silicone as well. So that can be grouped into number 3 there. And then for number 4, this is kind of similar too, which is plastic wrap and bags. So we don't do that. So plastic wrap, we have these cotton wraps with beeswax on them. We're actually trying to switch over to more vegan, eco-friendly things. So I have heard that there is some wax wraps that are vegan, so we're gonna try to find those next. And then we have silicone lids as well that goes over a lot of our containers instead of plastic wrap.
Yeah, stretchy silicone lids so they fit multiple sizes.
Yeah.
And they come in multiple sizes. I don't know. They've been really useful.
They've been super
Not just
useful.
for covering containers too, like, you know, there are some veggies that you can cover fully, like a watermelon or a melon.
Yeah,
Or
they're like
orange.
really helpful.
It's like, oh, there's a good size to cover this. Or an onion. Like,
Yeah, and same with the wax wraps. They like fit over like half of an avocado or half of like a pepper, and we just want to put it back in the fridge and don't want to take out like a whole container for half a pepper. Then it's just nice to have different options. And then for the bag part of it, the silicone bags, again, that's kind of what we've replaced there for that.
Well, not just the silicone bags. We also have
Oh yeah, those little
those
wet
Colibri
bags.
wet bags. Yeah.
Yeah, those are really nice too. We've got the little wet bags with a zipper on them because our son Jasper, he has a bit of a harder time opening the stasher bags. And it's just because he's really little, but the zipper is a little bit easier for him. So that's what we're going to pack. He's going to school in September, so I think the zipper ones will be a little easier for him. So I guess that is number 4. We're on number 5 now. And number 5 kind of goes in with what we said about some of the vegan products. So we don't buy non-vegan products anymore. And that is just purely because we don't want to support the animal industry and how bad it is for the environment. That's like one of the big reasons. I mean, obviously animal cruelty reasons as well, but the biggest reason is for the environment because it just takes so many resources to produce anything that has animal products in it. So that's a huge reason that we've tried to cut it out in most of the products, like our cleaning products and stuff, as well as our food. So kitchen related. You want to do the next one there? Number 6.
Oh, that's different. I was expecting mostly like household items, but on the list it says green onions, kale or leafy greens, and herbs, and I can see why we went that way. Yeah. It's because it's pretty easy to grow these. We're pretty dedicated to our garden.
One of the big reasons I put it there was that food isn't traveling as far, which just makes it more environmentally friendly to have kind of the farm to table. I mean, it's kind of similar to going to like a farmer's market where you're getting it straight from the farmer, and we're the farmers in this case, and we can easily grow things like herbs, and we actually set up like little grow lights in our house with little trays, and we can grow them in the winter time as well. And we've slowly learned how to winter garden, so that's a work in progress, but we're getting there with our little backyard that we do have. But even if you just have like a little balcony that you could put a few leafy greens on, it's pretty easy to grow. Just your basic one, garlic and parsley and kale, and the green onions, you could just put them in a glass of water and they'll just keep growing. We do that.
Yeah. I feel like they're better in the dirt, but if you don't have dirt, there's lots of plants that grow well in just water for
totally
a little bit longer.
Yeah. And then so for number 7, we've got paper towels. Now this one has been a life changer because I really didn't like paper towels before, and I always just kind of use, like an old dish rag or something to wipe stuff up. But when we were cloth diapering our son, we came across these things called flour sack towels, and they are so much better than paper towels or any sort of like terry cloth or like wipe that you'd use for the kitchen. So we've bought, they're kind of getting a little bit ragged now because we've had them for like 5 years, but they work well. Number 8 here, do you want to say that one?
Tea and plastic bags. We don't buy those anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of single-use type things, or over packaged type things. Tea tends to be in that category where it's like there's a plastic sleeve over your tea bag. I'm like, but why?
The actual string is made from some sort of polyester, which is like plastic, and then the actual bag itself can be made of plastic. So we just make sure that if we are buying bag tea, it's compostable, or we just resort to like loose leaf tea, or lately we've been actually growing like peppermint in our garden, so that even easy to dry yourself, and you can just use the tea leaves, and we have like a little tea steeper. Number 9 here, which is plastic shopping bags. So grocery store bags, like when we go to the store, we always bring our bags and our bins, and Arvin's smiling because I probably shouldn't say always, because there has been a few times. I feel like everyone does forget at the odd time where you just forget it, but we just put everything back into the cart and like load it up into our trunk and hope for the best.
Yeah.
And that's,
to be honest, that's easy enough,
perfectly
right?
fine. Yeah.
Just refuse the bag, throw it in the trunk, then load it up in your bags when you get home. It's good enough.
It's good enough, exactly. Okay, so the last one we've got here is number 10, different cleaners for everything. So this is one thing that we've gotten a lot better with. We are not buying multiple cleaners for this one's for the sink, and this one's for the shower, and this one is for the toilet, and this one's for this counter. Like, we don't do that. We just buy all-purpose cleaner and have, I think the only other thing we have is we do buy toilet cleaner still, but I'm trying to figure out if there's a way that we can maybe replace the toilet cleaner with something else. I've heard some people doing some like DIY things. I don't know how well they work. Like baking soda type things. Baking soda tends to clean pretty well. We do use baking soda to clean like our stainless steel sinks out and stuff. The other thing we do use though is like a pet enzyme like carpet cleaner. We do our carpets once a year because, I mean, I guess you might be able to see Mona on Arvin's lap, but we have 2 cats and a dog, and you need enzyme pet cleaner, especially if your cats like pee on the carpet because they're sick or something.
Yeah, they haven't peed on anything recently.
No, it's been a long time, but it's good to have it just in case, because
yeah, sometimes they do that weird thing where they get poop stuck on their fur.
Oh my gosh, Kit Kat.
Do I need to go into that? No?
Yeah, our one cat, she just has really long hair and her poop gets stuck on it sometimes.
Then she runs around and drags her butt sometimes to get rid of it. Like,
this is what it's like to have pets.
So then that's on our floor.
So yeah, that's why we clean our carpets once a year, but we need to have some sort of like pet enzyme carpet cleaner because our carpets would be disgusting. I think someday I want to rip out our carpets and replace it all with like hardwood flooring. So then we don't have that issue.
Yeah, so they can damage the hardwood floor.
Oh
yeah,
my goodness.
I like that.
Okay, we derailed that a little bit with Kit Kat. Yeah, that is our last one on our list then for today. And I hope that some of these have maybe helped you in your journey to eco-minimalism. And yeah, I hope that you've got some ideas and maybe you could start implementing some of them into your own life. I know that everyone is different and people need different things. We're just, a small family, but maybe with a larger family, it would be harder to change some of these things right away. But I think the biggest thing is just starting out small and kind of reevaluating those plastic items or those things that maybe aren't so environmentally friendly.
Yeah, not just plastic, like disposable type stuff. Some of the things you mentioned were paper products that one-time use, like paper towels. I don't think you mentioned like toilet paper or anything like that yet, but that's for later.
That's a future video.
Paper products for sure.
Yeah, so just one-use items. And yeah, I hope this helped, and let us know down in the comments what kind of items you are trying to minimize in your life to be more eco-friendly. And we will see you in the next one.